Were you as surprised as we were when it was announced Kanye secretly got married? While some stars publicly plan their perfect wedding for what seems like years, others take a far more private approach. These celebs said "I do" in secret.
I guess what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas.
Number 1. Kanye West and Bianca Censori. After battling it out in the courts for 2 years, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian finally finalized their divorce on November 29, 2022.
We can't do this anymore.
Then, 6 weeks later, Kanye got married to Bianca Censori. Who? What? When? Where? And why? It turns out Bianca is a 28-year-old Yeezy employee originally from Australia. It's unclear how long the two have been dating, but weeks before, Kanye released a new song called Censori Overload. The pair was spotted together in Beverly Hills just days before news of their wedding broke. And even though it's unclear if this secret wedding ceremony was legal, Kanye was spotted wearing a wedding band on his ring finger. So what does Kim think? In a later deleted Instagram story, Kim shared text that said, "I'm in my quiet girl era." After all the controversial things he said the last few months, maybe Kanye should take a page out of his ex-wife's book. Number 2. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Almost 20 years later after their first breakup, JLo and Ben Affleck reconciled and got engaged in April 2022. All eyes were on Bennifer 2.0. Would they make it down the aisle this time around? On a recent appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, Jennifer admitted she was stressed and had a little PTSD from the failure of her and Ben's first wedding. And one day, Ben just says,
Okay, let's just go to Vegas and get married tonight.
and so they did, in a little Vegas chapel just before midnight on July 16th.
My wedding changing area.
Jen wore a dress from an old movie and told fans that the spur-of-the-moment ceremony was exactly what we wanted. A little over a month later, the couple threw a bigger wedding in Georgia with over 100 guests. Number 3. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. In 2018, rumors swirled about Miley and Liam's potential wedding. Then, just a few weeks after the couple lost their home in the California wildfires, photos leaked of the pair cutting what looked like a wedding cake. 2 days later, Miley confirmed the good news, sharing multiple black and white photos from their intimate, low-key ceremony. The wedding took place inside their Tennessee home and was attended by close friends and family. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't last long. Miley and Liam announced their split less than a year later in 2019.
I can't accept the villainizing.
Number 4. Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez. Right before the pandemic, Ariana Grande fell in love with luxury realtor Dalton Gomez. Things moved fast, which could have had something to do with the fact that the new couple quarantined together. Ariana announced her engagement in December of 2020, and just 4 months later, the couple secretly tied the knot in a tiny and intimate ceremony at Ariana's home in Montecito. The ceremony included less than 20 guests and came as a complete surprise to fans. A couple weeks later, Ariana graciously let Vogue publish some of her wedding photos. She also gave fans a peek at the nuptials on Instagram. Number 5. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Kardashian fans were well aware that Kourtney and Travis were planning to walk down the aisle. But they astonished everyone last April when they randomly eloped to Vegas after the Grammys. Elvis officiated. The couple tried to get a marriage license, but unfortunately it was too last minute, even by Vegas standards. So the ceremony was more of a symbolic wedding. A couple days later, Kourtney told Jimmy Kimmel,
We just did it anyways. It's what's in the heart.
Travis and Kourtney didn't have to wait long to make it legal. They officially tied the knot in Santa Barbara the following month, and the big wedding was in Italy on May 22nd. Number 6. Cardi B and Offset. Cardi B and Offset secretly tied the knot in Atlanta on September 20th, 2017. Then, a month later, Offset publicly proposed to Cardi at a concert. A little out of order, but still very sweet. The next year, Offset referred to Cardi as his wife at the BET Awards. Finally, in June 2018, TMZ tracked down the couple's marriage license. Busted! Cardi took to Twitter to confirm the big news. She wrote that she and Offset got married with no dress, no ring, and just her cousin in attendance. Cardi joked that her fans were nosy, but at least now they could stop saying she gave birth to her daughter out of wedlock. Number 7. Margot Robbie and Tom Ackerley. Margot Robbie and her longtime love Tom Ackerley secretly got hitched in December 2016. The notoriously private couple said, "I do," in a small ceremony in Margot's native Australia. Margot raised suspicions about her nuptials when she was papped wearing a t-shirt that said, "Say, I do, down under." She put the rumors to rest a few days later, showing off her huge wedding ring on Instagram. Number 8. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. After meeting on the set of Green Lantern in 2011, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds began secretly dating. Then, in September 2012, they secretly got married in South Carolina. No one even knew they were engaged. The 70 guests in attendance had to check their phones to make sure nothing leaked. Later, the happy couple faced criticism for saying "I do" at a former plantation. In 2020, Ryan called the wedding venue a giant effing mistake. Despite a controversial beginning to their union, Blake and Ryan have been happily married for over 10 years. Number 9. Beyoncé and Jay-Z. It seems like Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been married forever, but there was a time, very long ago, that these two were just boyfriend and girlfriend. In 2001, they began dating. In 2008, they secretly got hitched at Jay's New York penthouse with just 40 guests. Unfortunately, the happy couple were spotted picking up a marriage license together just 3 days before. The media put 2 and 2 together, and the story leaked. Over the years, Bey and Jay have leaked photos and videos of their ultra-exclusive nuptials. Number 10. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. Time for another secret Vegas wedding! After the 2019 Billboard Music Awards in May, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas got married by an Elvis impersonator. Diplo shared the whole thing on an Instagram Live, so while this wasn't exactly secret, it was unexpected. Joe had previously claimed that they were planning for a wedding that summer in France. Surprise! Number 11. Lindsay Lohan and Shammas. In the summer of 2022, Lindsay Lohan revealed that she'd gotten married to her longtime boyfriend, Shammas. The two had been engaged since November 2021 and were pretty private about their wedding plans. Then on July 1st, Lindsay posted pics of the couple on Instagram and wrote, "I am stunned that this is my husband." We're pretty stunned too, Lindsay. Number 12. Elizabeth Olsen and Robbie Arnett. In June 2022, Elizabeth Olsen surprised everyone when she revealed she and her longtime love Robbie Arnett had secretly eloped before the pandemic. Then, according to Elizabeth, they had a wedding at another time. Not exactly a surprise, being that Elizabeth's sisters are Mary-Kate and Ashley. The ultra-secretive twins definitely taught their little sis how to keep her personal life to herself. Number 13. Scarlett Johannson and Colin Jost. Colin Jost is Scarlett Johansson's third husband. A big, extravagant wedding the third time around isn't for everyone. So the couple opted for a super secret wedding in October 2020. They said "I do" at their house in Palisades, New York, and Scarlett later said having a wedding in the middle of a pandemic meant everybody had to get tested 100,000 times.
And I met the love of my life here.
Number 14. Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons. We still don't know much about Kirsten Dunst's wedding to actor Jesse Plemons. A source told Page 6 that the pair got married at a Jamaican resort over the 2022 4th of July weekend. When contacted by the media, Kirsten's rep said, "I can just confirm they got married. No other details will be given. Ugh, we want to respect their privacy, but we also want to know what Kirsten wore to walk down the aisle." Number 15. Ed Sheeran and Cherry Seaborn. In 2019, Ed Sheeran confirmed reports that he'd married Cherry Seaborn the year before. This wasn't a total surprise. Fans were tipped off when Ed was spotted wearing a silver wedding band. It wasn't until 2021 that the musician finally shared wedding details on a podcast. He said it was a tiny, tiny event with basically no one there. Ed says they did it on a random day in the middle of January in the middle of nowhere. A few months later, the newlyweds threw a huge party to celebrate. Which secret celebrity wedding surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Things Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.